Hello, this is Brad Weisman. You're listening to Real Estate and You. We are back in the studio, and it has been quite a long time since I've been back in the studio here. And what a perfect guest to have. But Pete HEIM to come back in here to have a show with one of my favorite guys right here, sitting right here. And look at his heartbeat. We have shirts that almost match. I know you can't see that if you're on the podcast, but I'm telling you, they almost match. We're looking pretty damn good as far as I'm concerned.
We got them.
So this show, Pete, we now have a title for each show. It's called Let's Get Real.
Please.
About the market. Actually, it's Let's Get Real ... about the market is what it says on my screen.
That, brother.
So, and that's only because we are hearing more and more stuff about, the market and them saying that this is not, that the market's not good and the housing market is crashing and all these things. And I see a lot of people on Facebook and Instagram and things, and a lot of them are financial advisors, and I'm not busting them, but I think because the stock market's not doing so well, misery loves company.
Yeah.
So I think what it is they are thinking that we're not doing well.
Right.
And I think we're doing okay.
We are.
I'm actually busy. How about you?
I'm very, very busy.
Yeah.
I think we should just say that it's probably not the really good financial guys.
Exactly.
It's probably the ones that could be hurting maybe a little bit or need business or something.
Well, and I also think they're getting information, maybe some of them, from the things, the little tickers on the bottom of the screens on different financial TV venues.
Right.
And they'll say things like, and it doesn't even say that the housing market is crashing. It usually will say like, oh, is this the last leg for the housing market ?
Yeah.
And then they usually follow it up with, no, everything looks good.
Yeah, right.
Well, the problem is that most people see the title. And that's why I put our title as Let's Get Real about the market.
Well, I only read the headlines.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I look at the pictures personally. I've never been a good reader, so I'm one of those that looks at the pictures. Of course, my wife's a reading specialist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that hasn't worked out
How's
so
that going
well.
in your house?
The weddings, or the wife is great. The reading specialist thing, not so good for me. Oh my gosh, we digress. But let's get real about this. Let's talk about what's really going on. But tell me some of the stuff that you're seeing, and to make sure that these things are not really where it is.
Right. Well, I had something come across. Actually, it came from a client.
Okay.
Who was concerned.
Right.
He got a grandstanding doom and gloom article.
Right.
And it turns out that the gentleman who wrote this was in the financial market.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once again, disclaimer, we're not saying fine. We're just saying that be careful to cross the two.
Yeah.
You know
exactly.
What I mean? It's crossing the two things. They're not exactly the same. The stock market can do bad and the housing market can do well.
That's right.
So just know that.
Well, they statistically, they normally did
absolutely
go like this.
Absolutely.
They go this and this
at
the same time.
I agree.
And then they do that.
100%.
And statistically, that's what's been happening. That's what's happening now.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that this article had a lot of misinformation in it. I don't know where he got it all, but most of it was from basing on the anomaly what we just came out of,
right?
Which was the historic high of a real estate market that probably might not ever happen again.
Yeah,
because it was crazy.
Yeah,
and he's basing everything on the beginning of that. First of all,
and that's funny because it's all relative. If
it is,
if you come off of the highest point that you've ever had, anything under that's going to look low.
Not bad.
Because it changed what your highest was before.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If I climb Mount Penn and somebody climbs Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you climb Mount Everest, Mount Penn looks little.
Yeah, sure.
So, that's what right now we're back to a Mount Penn.
And that's a good anomaly.
Yeah.
We just got off of Mount Everest.
We just got off Mount Everest.
But
and now we're on Mount Penn.
Though.
But Mount Penn's fine. And we have a pagoda. I mean, come on,
and
we're fine. Yeah. So
we should go on the road with this show.
Oh my goodness.
The other problem was he was quoting a lot of new construction data.
Yeah.
Okay. Which we all know the average new home price is higher than a resale per square foot. We just all know that. Plus these poor builders are having trouble getting, materials and supply and all that. So it wasn't fair. He's also comparing the move up buyer.
Yeah.
This was the most upsetting. Now listen to me. Listen, move up buyer. He's saying that this is going to be the end of the move up buyer. Okay.
Which was what? Baby boomers, you're saying? Or
well,
no.
There was a comment from his article saying, well, that once wait till the baby boomer section goes through, and there's never be a move up buyer again.
So did somebody eliminate all the generations after that?
I think so, especially the millennials who are coming into age of the move up.
Yeah.
It is a fairly large group.
Yeah, it's a very large group.
And I don't know about you, there's always going to be a move up buyer.
Yeah.
All the time. He's
Absolutely.
saying this is the end of it. Also, when he made a comparison of you're selling your home for $500,000, you got $250 equity and a $250 mortgage at 3%, he compared it to the next house you're going to buy at $5.5, which is normal.
Yeah.
It goes from $1,000 to like $1,400, right?
Right.
Most move up buyers, everyone's equity rich.
Yeah.
The average person gained $64,000 in equity last year. Okay, let's just go there first.
Yeah.
Second, most move up buyers that are baby boomers, newsflash, they're free and clear. Most of them are. Right. So he doesn't account for any of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just that he's going to add $1,500 a month more for one bathroom. I mean, these are the kind of things he's saying.
Yeah.
Should
we tell him to stay in his lane?
Can we have a button that says?
Yeah, we can do that.
Do you have one?
No, we don't have it right now.
Okay,
I could get one.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. Is that in the budget, Hugo? Do we have an button?
Yeah, we can do that.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hugo's gonna help us purchase the button.
I'm sorry, that's an earned.
Okay.
I'm totally.
Yeah.
The other thing was that we're all billing this as and he's blaming us. He's blaming realtors and
of course
others. That it's a soft housing market. Okay. He says, ask the shareholders of Redfin and Zillow.
And you
so
said
what
that
do you got to say about that, Brad?
Well, the thing is, that's not representative of our business or the market. If you're only looking at Zillow and Redfin, that's only two sources of information or statistics. There's many other companies that why not talk to Gary Keller?
Yeah.
Why not talk to, the leadership at Remax? Why not talk to the leadership at Coldwell Banker? I mean, that's what I would do. It's just interesting to hear that
he's looking at it from a stock perspective.
Yeah.
Because Zillow got killed on the iBuyer program.
Right.
Lost $6 billion.
I think they lost a lot. Yeah.
Stock's going to go down.
Yeah, exactly.
Redfin, it's an employer-employee company.
Yeah.
And when the market's going to start to slide, they're going to lay off people. What's going to happen to Redfin? It's going to go down.
What's funny is he's looking at companies that are one of the things that's good about our company, Keller Williams, and not to toot our own horn here, but we are not public.
No.
So it's like anything. If the stock market's gone down, and your real estate company is in the stock market, that's going down. It's going to go down, and that's not because of the housing market so much as it's just because the stock market's going down.
Yep.
So it's interesting.
Yep. So
we're going to get so much hate mail from this show. No. I could just see it coming right now.
Look, listen, all we're going to do right after we're going through this is going to say why this isn't the real stats.
Yeah, sure.
The resale market, the actual real estate market.
Yeah.
Okay. He's relating this to stocks and that thing.
Yeah.
Which I get. That's where he is.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just going to here to give the truth.
Absolutely.
Okay. He says buyers are freaking out. And again, he gives stats of new construction stats.
Yeah.
Okay. Activity is tanking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the one thing he got right was that the affordability index is at 98.5%. It peaked at 220.
Wow.
Right around there. In 2012, I think it was.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Not normal, right?
No,
okay.
Definitely not.
So everyone knows who Dave Ramsey is. He's like a guru in financial wellness.
Yep.
Buy real estate.
Yep.
He has nothing to gain by that.
No.
He says buy real estate. Also, affordability, remember, guys, has to do with your wages, the interest rate, and prices.
Yeah.
Right? All three of those things come into play. Right now, interest rates are up a little bit, and so are prices.
But they've actually come off their high, though, too. They've come off their high.
Yep.
So we're going to take a real short break right now.
Yep, okay.
I'm just going to mention our sponsor for today.
Yep.
We are, we're coming into that time of year where it's, you're going to see some cooler nights. You're going to see some, actually some cold nights. And if your heating system's not working correctly, I would suggest calling Comfort Pro up in Blandon.
Yeah.
They are a great family-owned company. I happen to know them very well. The number is 610-926-4200. You can also go www.comfort-pro.com and get all kinds of information on there. Thanks a lot, Comfort Pro.
Yeah, thanks, Cumberfro. Yeah,
thankful to have them.
That's awesome.
So go ahead. So going back into the interest rates, they have actually come back. They've come back off their high, which is great.
They are. Yeah, they're down a little bit again.
They are, which is really good. You know what's funny is the one thing I want to mention while we're talking about, and we're not trying to put stocks against housing, but our thing's housing. So I got to be honest. Okay. Yeah. One of the things too is that, house is never worth zero.
Yep. That's it.
Okay. And also I can't live inside a mutual fund. I can't live in a stock.
Mm-hmm.
I need a place to live and need a roof over my head. Yes. So, it's not the only, there's two things with real estate. It's a necessity. Yep. We need a place to live. And then also there's an investment part of it.
Yep.
So, that's what you have to think about, so buy real estate.
Yep.
Buy real estate.
It's also the hedge against inflation.
Absolutely.
You're fixing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yep. So, I agree. Absolutely. So what else do we got going on here?
Here's why it's not going to crash.
Tell me why it's not going to crash.
The inventory. If you want to bring up, inventory is still historically low.
We have graphics here.
Yeah.
We are a very graphic friendly
We are graphic. We are very graphic. When we're not recording. So there you go.
So what it shows on the screen, tell us what it says.
Okay, so what it says is we are still 42.6% lower.
Wow.
Than we were 3 years ago.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yep.
You see that?
Yep.
And now it's going up. The inventory is going up, right?
Yep.
But it's still that much low from just 3 years ago, which was pre-COVID.
Yep. Still low.
We are starting to come back into pre-COVID times.
Which is good. To get that's more of an average.
And that's
more of an average.
Yep. Foreclosures. Bring foreclosure activity up. Hugo's
on it.
They were talking about foreclosure. Wait. Just wait till the move-up buyer goes away, and all these homes are going to be on the market. Oh well, here we go. There you have it. And we don't have 2022 stats yet, but obviously because we're not done.
Yeah.
But look at that. We could use 151,000 more homes on the market. And dude, guys, this is national.
Yeah.
For those who aren't on the podcast and can't see it, it went from 2.9 million in 2010 foreclosures to we're at 151,000.
That's incredible. I just can't even get over the 2.9.
Yeah. We could take 2,000 of those today.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It really is.
Yep. So that's that one. Well, absorption rate. He also said, I just want to make Sam about the absorption rate.
Yeah.
He quoted a national absorption rate at 3.3 months, which is probably accurate.
For national, yes.
Yeah. Berks County were 1.
Yeah.
So remember what absorption rate is, guys. It's when you take all the listings that are on the market right now, which was 454.
It's right around the 450.
Am I right?
Yeah, that's about where they are.
And stopped all listings. It would take a month for those to go away.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what that means.
That's amazing, right?
Yep. So that's Berks County, and we're better than national. Right now.
And that's what you have to remember too, guys, is on a national level, when you're seeing the news, you're seeing things, or, looking at, let's just say Wall Street Journal or whatever you're looking at, the national newspapers and things, just remember that they're taking the whole country into play.
Yeah.
And there's areas, and I just got back from Austin, Texas. We were talking about this. I was down there to learn about the market from Keller Williams. We have a thing called Mega Agent Camp. Mm-hmm. And Gary Keller was on stage with all kinds of statistics, which is really awesome because he studies it. He lives it, eats it, breathes it. And he was just saying that basically, there's pockets that are definitely not just deceleration of appreciation. They're depreciating. They're going down.
I believe that.
So what happens is that affects the national averages. Mm-hmm. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. When we talk about things, we want to let you know on a local level, we're doing okay.
We are.
And I think even on a state level or outside, let's say a region level, we're doing okay too.
Yeah.
But nationally, there's some weird stuff going on.
Well, I think we're coming back into the day where you just can't overprice everything.
Absolutely.
But I think, all price ranges are still good because I had that one. Lisa she had that one come up on Prendergrass, I guess, and it was listed at $595. Yeah. I had a client call me the day it went off for multiple bids.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 days at $595. So that's
amazing.
It depends on what it is, I think.
And where it is.
And where it is.
It's funny. We're talking about real estate being ultra local. I mean, we're talking about national, then we're talking about state, then we're talking about county, but then we talk about school districts.
Yeah.
Then we talk about areas within the school district.
Yep.
It's like it kind of comes down and comes down and comes down to this minute area.
Which is?
Location. That might have something to do with it. I don't know.
So.
Yeah. So go ahead. What else you got?
And also, what would a recession mean for a housing market? And I got that one up here too, Hugo. It does not necessarily mean falling prices.
Interesting.
And we're in a recession.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
definitely in a recession.
yeah.
Well, I have a thing that talks about that, but go ahead real quick.
But what it does mean, falling mortgage rates.
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually, that's what happened, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're coming back down.
They're going to probably stay where they are, but they're going to, as that inflation and everything goes up and the market starts coming down into play, they're going to come down.
There's the mortgage rates and recessions thing. Look at that. Every time there was a recession, they dropped.
Yep. Absolutely.
Every time. Some of them more than others.
Yep.
But it's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's really crazy.
What's last year? Oh, pricing. What's going on with pricing, Brad? What do you think is going on with pricing?
Oh, I'm seeing more price reductions than I've ever seen. So things are starting to come into play there. And that's not necessarily meaning that the housing market is going down or prices are going down. It can mean that the sellers and the realtors are overpricing them.
Yep.
Trying to keep up with what that used to happen, which is they kept going up.
Yep.
Well, when you have a balancing market, which is what we're having right now in this shift, you're going to see that if you try to go above where the last house sold for, you're probably going to have a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You're probably going to have a problem.
Yep. And this is exactly the graph. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciation is slowing. Here's the year over year percentage of increases. So look at that.
Yeah.
Look, and June.
So what does it say here? It
18.3.
It basically appreciation is slowing, not depreciating, which is what we want to know. Okay, so
it went from 20.9 in March to 18.3.
And is that's national?
That's national.
That's national.
This is KCM.
I'm curious to see what's going to be in July, though, Pete. I think you're going to see that number come down on a
15.
national level, just because there are areas, just from being in Austin, when you're down in these conventions, we're talking to people from all over the United States, all over the country, actually, and all over the world.
Right.
But so we were hearing some pockets of things, and that's going to bring that average down.
It will.
It's going to bring the average down, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's slowing down, guys.
Yeah,
it's
putting the brakes on a little
Berks
bit.
County is not depreciating yet. We are slowing down. That's all.
And it might not depreciate. It could get to the point where we just kind of slow enough that we kind of land and we're good.
Ease into our sweet spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 to 4%, man.
Absolutely.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Buyers. Bidding wars are easing. We're down to 2.8 offers per listing.
2.8 offers. And that was up there.
That was up. The average was 8, almost 8. No, 6. The average was 6.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're down to 2.8 per listing. That's very good news for buyers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's normal for sellers. I mean, you get 2.8 offers on your house.
I'm happy.
Pick one.
Yeah, exactly.
You're good.
Now the 0.8 guy might be a little weird.
Yeah, that's.
He's not quite all there, but otherwise.
I don't know. Otherwise, fence rider.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the things I just want to talk about, and this is that there's 3 types of 2 things here I'm going to talk about, and then we're going to wrap this up because we're actually a little longer here, but that's okay. It's good information, right, Hugo?
Yep, this is good.
That's right. See, Hugo thinks it is. So there's 3 types of real estate markets, which we have been talking about the whole time.
Yeah.
And I want to say that there's 3 because I think a lot of time people forget about the middle one, which is the balanced market.
Yep.
Okay, so we have buyer's market, which we haven't seen for a while. We have balanced market, which I think is what we're coming into, and we have a seller's market. And then interestingly enough, the balanced market, this is on a national level, is means that there's 5 to 7 months of inventory, absorption of inventory. So we're not even close. We're at 1 month. That just shows you locally we are still in a seller's market, because it says here less than 5 months of inventory is the seller's market. So if you use a definition, we're still in a seller's market.
And we are nationally
in Berks County, and still nationally. Exactly. Now it's shifting. So it's moving.
It is shifting.
And then this is one thing I really thought was good. And Gary Keller came up. One of there's a mental shift when you have a shifting market like this. And I thought this was really cool. Now, this has to do with realtors as far as their business and things like that, but it also has to do with any business that is going through a shift. And I just thought it was good. So one of the things that you have to think about, you can't control the market.
No.
Cannot control it. Okay. You can control your outlook and your response to the market.
There it is.
Okay. And then number 3, the market doesn't determine your success. It simply determines your strategy.
That's it.
Isn't that great?
Well, that's awesome.
Good stuff, right?
That's really good.
Really cool stuff. So
I
thought that was a good way to end this show, because it's just it just tells you right there. It shows you right there that this doesn't determine anything. It just changes your strategy a little bit.
And it's not crashing.
It's not crashing. No, it's not crashing. We don't like the crash. Crashes are not good.
No.
All right. Thanks so much, Pete, for coming to the office today, or into the studio and the office, of course. That's all good. But yes, we were back. We are going to be back again next week. We're going to be doing a couple shows. We got lots of good stuff lined up for you. You have Kevin Timoshenko coming in. We have Julie coming back again. Julie Garman is coming back in. She's going to talk about interior designs. We have all kinds of people coming in over the next 4 or 5 weeks. And I'm also working on Jason Abrams. He is a guy that was on HGTV for 2 or 3 years, had a great show on there, and he's said he's going to do the show. I'm just waiting to get a date. All right, thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon. All right, we're still live. I'll end that.